What is up, guys? This is Jeremyray Retherford here for you for another NBA2k19 video. Experience the life as an NBA GM manager and all this new story experience that will both entertain and delight you. Use endorsements or something like that. Cleo. Alright guys, hold on. Let's do this. the owner of Tex Towers, Jeremyray. Earth to Jeremyray, your eyes are looking glossier than fish. You are okay, partner? Yeah, sorry, I'm just thinking about the past. I can't believe we're here. On a boat? No, yeah, well, yes, I mean the boat's a surprise to be sure. To be sure, but looking back on the last few years, it feels a bit surreal for me. Well, I reckon let's make us a pair of peacocks, compadre. That's a perfect example. You see, I remember when we first met, and you started selling stuff like that. I don't know what I don't know what to make out of it. Uh, make of it. You are an unknown quantity, an alien, a stranger in a stranger in a strange land, breaking bread with someone that's spent their whole entire life eating, sleeping, and breathing basketball. But you know, I gotta say your expressions, they've kind of got on me. Tex. Hey, ha. I knew you'd come around, son. Even though we might be different animals, we're the same beast. Wait, did Texas Towers just quote Kobe Bryant? You're welcome. Ha. Guess what I'm trying to say is that the feeling's mutual, Jeremyray. From the first day we met, I felt like you and I were destined for greatness. Uh-huh. Scout's honor. Look, look a man, look. A man like me don't get as far as he does by skill, hard work, or talent alone. Luck's a more powerful force in a chatter of Crazed, and from day one I could tell that you were someone special. I felt lucky to not only call you my general manager, but my friend. Thank you. Well, thank you, kindly Tex. I guess that's partially why I'm sitting here and thinking about the past. It seems almost unbelievable that after ending my career as a pro, then I managed to become a GM. I mean, it all looks easy at home, you know. You never think about the long deliberation that goes into making deals. How to properly handle the press, and don't get me started on dealing with eccentric personalities. You're talking about yours truly, or is that aimed towards one of them Sanderson fellas? Well, I don't have anyone particular in mind. What? Bring the salt in here? I don't have anyone particular in mind, but sure. Let's go with Bob and Andrew. Speaking of, I never did hear what happened between you guys before we met. It's a long story. Yeah, reckon you've the right of it. Burning too much daylight for something like that. Okay, wise guy. If you absolutely insist, I guess I can fill you in. How much do you want to know? Just the bits and pieces I've heard from the TV. Bob bought the team, but and Andrew and y'all tried to play nice. Sounds so good so far. Then Andrew started to get a little big, little, tried to get a little big, tried to get a bit too little big for his britches, and Bob started to have a hand in team affairs. I heard he made you trying to get some again started to boost the value of the team. Not quite. The whiz kid Steven used some fancy math to show that the good rookies are a good value. It was the old owner that demanded I get Vince Carter to boost the value of the team. Vince Carter texts, look, Vincity's thrown down the greatest chunks I've ever seen, and his veteran presence was immensible to the rookies, but he had no idea what would actually boost the value of the franchise. Also, don't think you're getting away from Scott. Also, don't think you're getting away scot-free, Tex Towers. Trying to get someone to boost the team value sounds an awful lot like someone something you would have done as well. You may have a point, though you can't fault an owner for trying to protect the investments. Though, getting back to the story, thereabouts and this where things get fuzzy. What happened next? Well, it went something like this. Visual Concepts presents MyGM. The saga continues. When first brought into the team, Jeremyray fired the previous staff. He wanted to bring in his own front office to the team. Fired the previous staff, kept the previous staff. Jeremyray chose to work closely with Andrew, helping to foster a strong working relationship. He mentored Andrew, cast Andrew out. After a starter showed up late to practice, Jeremyray punished him. Despite all the press conferences, Jeremyray never betrayed Bob's intentions. Kept the location secret, revealed the location. Jeremyray helped the original owner buy the team back and prevented the team from moving to Seattle. Picked the team used in 2K18. Former owner, Mike Green. Jeremyray, great to see you there. You have any trouble with traffic on the way in? It was a little slow, actually. They had a lane closed and I knew it. Happens all the time. We all knew that feeling. Stresses you out, doesn't it? It can be a little stressful, sure. I knew it. That's why you needed Panic Zone. Excuse me? It's my new app. Helps people calm down when they're stuck in the traffic using the latest in biometric technology. We're going to disrupt the wellness app industry. Completely turn it on its head. You want to know how it works? Well, it uses your GPS to figure out if you're stuck in traffic, and when things get really, God damn it, I'm eating, guys. And when things get really mucked up, it sends a signal to a companion device installed in your car to release ultrasonic waves that simultaneously smooth your mind and invigorate your body. It's all very top of the line stuff, and we spared no expense in research and development. Okay. Panic Zone. Marketing tells us that it's been killing in focus groups. People have a really visceral reaction to it. I'm sure they do. Alright, you're busy. I respect that. Let's get down to business then, shall we? Ready, whenever you are. Alright, well, I'm obviously here to make an introduction, so let's get to introducing Jeremyray. I'd like to meet Tex Towers, one of my best friends in the entire world, and an even better businessman. Tex, this is Jeremyray, a close personal friend of mine, and is the best general manager in the NBA. Nice to meet you, Mr. Towers. Pleasure all mine, son. Pleasure is all mine, son. And please, Tex will do it. Fine. Alright, now here comes the fun part. This isn't official yet, so what I'm about to say stays in this realm, understood? Of course. Fantastic. Well, it won't be a secret for much longer, but the Board of Governors has voted unanimously to approve Tex's bid on one of the new expansion teams. Congratulations, Tex. That's a very exclusive club you just joined. Well, thank you most kindly, Jeremyray. I'm truly honored. Truly honored. Now, as someone who knows that the business better than most, I'm sure you understand the scope of what Tex is about to take on. Jeremyray, he's got to build an entire organization from the ground up, put an infrastructure in place, make a million and one decisions, each one as important as the next, no matter how shall. It's like my mama always said, screws and skillets don't make a home. That's exactly right, Tex. Now, like I was saying, me and Tex here go way back. He's one of my best friends since in the whole entire world, and since he's got much on his plate right now, I love to take a thing or two off. That's why you come in. I could beat around the bush a little bit, and you know that's not my style. So I'm just going to put it out there. I think it would be fantastic for everyone involved if you became Texas' new GM. Now before you say anything, let me just assure you that Tex is one of the very best people that you could ever hope to work for. He's not the NBA nut that I am, but he's as sharp and as fair as they come. That's awful kind of you. More importantly, he's incredibly excited about the challenge of building an organization from scratch, and I can assure you, when Tex Towers takes on a challenge, he succeeds. He's got one of the most innovative business minds of anyone I've met, or ever met. One thing is he needs someone to help with the basketball side, and you and I both know that you're about talented as they come in the department. All that being said, I want you to know that it would crush me to say goodbye to you. Generally, I mean that. I'd be crushed, but at the end of the day, I think that represents a game-changing opportunity for everyone involved. I know you're a fierce competitor. You want to go out there and put the best squad on the floor and try for a championship. I might end up selling the team again, and you deserve better, Jeremyray. With Tex, you'll have an owner committed to win it and give you the best shot to do whatever best. I know this is a lot at once, Jeremyray, but I really do think this is the best more for everyone involved. You don't have to give me an answer right this second, but talk me through your thought process. What are your thoughts? Where are you at right now? First of all, I'm flattered, and I can't say I'm not excited about the prospect of building a roster entirely with my guys. But you've got to understand, I fully invested in this team. I poured a lot of myself into this job. You know that. Leaving now would feel like I don't know. I want to say that leaving now would feel like a betrayal of my core principles. I've got unfinished business here. Completely understood. I wouldn't expect you to answer another way, to be honest, but I've thought about every angle here, and what you've got a chance to accomplish by moving over to the new expansion team is historically unique. You'd be carving a place in history that no one else would occupy if you were able to transfer your success with our organization to success with Tex. It's an exciting opportunity. I'm not going to say it's not. You know what? I think I've done enough talking. Why don't I let your future boss, get a few words in? That's mighty kind of you. Now here's the straight skip account, Scout. Like he said, I'm a businessman. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the competitive aspect and the righteous training required of all manner of sport. Last year's finals was a real hoot and a half, but I'm a businessman first and a fan second. I know he's got the posters on his walls and the playing cards and all that, but I'm more into dollars and cents, if you catch my drift. Loud and clear, Tex. No nonsense, I like that. Now, he says you're the best in the business when it comes to putting a qualitative product on the field of play. And if he says it, well, I reckon it must be true. And if that's true, that means you're the one smart cookie. Are you a smart cookie, Jeremyray? I like to think so. Confident, I like that too. Now, you being the smart cookie that you are, I'm sure you understand the magnitude of opportunity you find in front of yourself. You wouldn't be fixing to turn down an opportunity of this magnitude, would you, Jeremyray? So what'd you say? Are you as smart as you look? Are you ready to make more green than a head of lettuce? Sure. You say you're not a big NBA NBA guy. Is that right, Tex? Don't get me wrong now. I like it mighty fine, but it's not my first love. That's why I need your savvy, your grace, your intellect. I need someone who knows the sport from soup to saddle. I hate to see someone out of their element like this, Tex. So I'll tell you what. You take care of the business side, leave the basketball to me. And I promise you we'll do greater things together. Plus compassion. Lunch with Tex. Is there going to be more talking? Okay. Thanks for breaking some bread with me, Jeremyray. I like to get to know my dance partner before we hit the floor. I'm right there with you, Tex. Peachy, now let me ask you something. What do you reckon my aim is here? What do you think motivates me to do all this? I don't know if I can speak to your motivation per se, but if I had to guess, I'd say you're someone who likes to take on new challenges. Someone who doesn't shy away from competition. And running an NBA franchise, well, that's just about as big as a challenge as there is, and as competitive as an industry as they come. That's mostly right, Jeremyray, but mostly only counts in horseshoes and hay piles. You're missing only one ingredient. The thing that makes the whole entire world go round. You know what that is? Why don't you tell me, sir? Please call me Tex. But alright, if you want to play coy with me, I'll just come right out and say it. It's all about the money. Jeremyray, I want as many of those grade A, Uncle Sam. I want as many of those grade A. Uncle Sam approved tamales as I can possibly get my mitts on. I like the game alright. It's a fun game, but I want to impress upon you. And as concrete terms as I'm capable of, that is a business venture for me, and I expect to make a pretty penny on the thing. It's no secret that the NBA teams are going for these days, and it's only going up. If I understand my history right, the fellas in New York City haven't been a very good basketball team since the 1990s. Yet as vulnerable an institution as Forbes magazine says, they're worth $3.6 billion. I want a first-class seat on the gravy train, Jeremyray. We all need the money. You're tootin' we do, and I intend on getting my fair shake. I intend if you know this about me, Jeremyray, but I like to think big. This is about a whole lot more than a basketball team. I intend to set myself up a little kingdom. I'm talking about a total takeover of a downtown area. We're going to put these city slickers in Los Angeles to shame when we're done setting up shop. That's a whole lot of work, Tex. You've got to get zoning ordinance change. You've got to buy property from enriched owners. I'm just going to skip this. I want to start off things by welcoming everyone in attendance today. This is truly exciting day in the history of the Seattle Supersonics organization. Not just for me and our staff, but for the city and the fans as well. I'm beyond thrilled to announce that we've come to terms for no day for a new general manager of the Seattle Supersonics. He's someone you should all be familiar with now. My son, the young but extremely talented Andrew Sanderson. We have full confidence that this is right now for Andrew. This right time for Andrew to take control of the basketball operations, and we're 100% committed to his success, and the whole entire organization in alignment from me to Andrew on down. I know great things are on the horizon from Supersonics. Okay, let's open the floor up to questions. Hi, Andrew. Hi there. I'd like to start by getting your general thoughts on the situation. You want me to keep a little secret on you, Jeremyray? Is it a secret if Bob and Andrew are here? I'm just gonna skip all that shit. I ain't gonna talk. Okay, now something to actually do. But it's more reading. Okay, welcome to the 2K Hoops Summit. Here's your chance to get a first-hand look at prospects that will be available in the 2018 NBA Draft. To get started, select 4 players to control when playing the game. Empieza. You know it, you know it. Yo. Well, I'll see you guys later. Bye.